esteemed colleagues, first I would like to thank Professors El-Sisi and Nasser for the invitation to participate in the Arab Health Economics Society meeting again this year. It was a great meeting in Cairo last year, and I was honored to participate in that one as well. I regret that I won't be with you to discuss this important topic. I will be very interested to hear a report on your discussions. I'm not sure how much I can really contribute, but let me offer a few general thoughts from a U.S. health economist perspective. The challenge laid out for us is to discuss whether we need a new definition of innovation in managing healthcare crises. I interpret this more broadly to ask of what use is economics in dealing with the management of health crises. I would like to review some of the economic concepts and principles that may be helpful in thinking about these situations, but recognizing that we are discussing an exceptional or non-standard situation. To facilitate today's discussion, I would encourage you to begin by trying to define innovation and health crises. Let me begin with a famous old joke as a quick reminder of how economists think. It goes, you might be an economist if you see what looks like a $10 bill on the ground, but you don't pick it up, because if it were real, someone else would have already picked it up. In other words, the market works. We know that in theory, markets only work well if a number of rigid and restrictive assumptions are met in terms of the limited market power of individual consumers and producers, as we see in the standard demand and supply diagram on the left. But I remind you that this is a partial equilibrium analysis with everything else held constant, ceteris paribus, as it says in the lower right. In this situation, the rule for optimization is comparing marginal benefit and marginal cost. The key word here is marginal. And we can see that in the demand and supply diagram that it's the marginal buyer who determines the market price. We can ask, in this context, what is innovation? I would argue that economics does not offer a well-accepted or standard definition of innovation. Generally speaking, the adjectives new and novel are often mentioned. However, economists might argue that if a new drug provides health gains or saves costs in a new indication, it is innovative, regardless of the novelty of the underlying science. That is what conventional cost-effectiveness analysis measures. But novel ideas can have externalities, knowledge externalities, or spillovers to other products or diseases. The mRNA vaccine platform is a good example. Defining innovation can be complicated. I suspect that your discussion today about innovation will also consider innovative analytic methods. In this slide, I want to continue with the thought that we are seldom in a perfect competition situation in healthcare markets due to the variety of familiar market failures listed on the left, including uncertainty and collective or public goods, to emphasize just a couple. We are in what economists call a second best world. And there is a theory of second best that says in such a world, economic analysis should employ a more complex analysis that incorporates the social opportunity costs and not simply market prices, which may be distorted. It's always good to keep in mind Kenneth Arrow, the Nobel Prize winner, seminal paper from 60 years ago on the importance of uncertainty in healthcare markets. He attributes many of the economic problems and institutions as adaptations to this. Healthcare crises are another example of substantial uncertainty.